Hello and welcome back to another Thoughts at Three online assembly. We hope you have had a great half-term break.
Absolutely, welcome back. In case you don't know, my name is Ellie, this is Matt, and we are part of the Southampton City Mission Schools team.
Yes, and we normally go into schools to do Question of Faith RE days, assemblies, prayer spaces, and transition support. But over the past 10 to 11 months, we've been bringing you weekly assemblies online.
Absolutely, and in these online assemblies, we like to follow the same format each week. So in a moment, we are going to be asking you a question. We are then going to be sharing a Bible story with you. We're going to be setting you a challenge to try and complete over the next week. And we like to end our time together with a reflection where we will say a prayer, just like we do when we visit you in schools.
Absolutely. And today, our Thoughts at Three online assembly will be continuing to look at the 10 commandments, which we've been going through this term. And we have reached commandment number 6, which is don't kill.
Wow, okay, don't kill. I feel like that is quite a big, important commandment or rule for life, but I think it's going to be quite an easy one to follow. Don't know about you, but I think that most people, whether they choose to follow the Bible or not, would agree that it's not a good idea to kill people. To take away a human life is not really a good thing for people to do.
No, that's absolutely right, Ellie. And the Bible teaches us to love and to deeply value human life. It's so precious, possibly the most precious thing we have. So let's focus on the positives here rather than the negatives. If we are told to value life, then I want to know for our question this week, what is your favorite thing about this precious life that we have?
Oh, that is a great question. Yes, we want to know what it is you love. Do you love beautiful nature? Is there something you like to look at? Maybe you love tasting delicious food. Or do you love having fun with friends and family who make you laugh? What is your favourite thing that you love about life? You might want to pause the video here and discuss it with those around you. Or if you're watching live, make sure you put your answer in the chat or comments now.
So, Ellie, what is your favorite thing about life?
Do you know, there is so much that I enjoy. I do love anything creative. I enjoy painting, dancing, any kind of drama and films I love to get involved with as well. But I am also very grateful for taste buds and I appreciate some good food. What about you, Matt? What do you love most about life?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. As most people who know me know, I love cake. It's one of my big passions in life. And so absolutely, food is a big thing. But, you know, you need someone to make that cake before you can eat it. And I think actually most of the things I enjoy about life, like going and walking in natural creation or playing a game with my family or friends or speaking to someone online or whatever it might be, eating cake together or going out for a drink, whatever that might be, it all involves people. And so actually for me, I think I enjoy relationships. I enjoy spending time with people and finding out what makes them tick, getting to know them, learning more about them. And obviously that's something we do a lot of in schools as well, because as we go into schools across the region, we meet lots and lots of children and young people and teachers. And I'm always fascinated to hear about who they are and what their lives are about and what they enjoy too.
Fantastic answers. Well, we've got a few people commenting in the chat as well. We can see that Maggie and Charlie both said that they love life with their family, which is very helpful that they are your family and you said family as well. So that's good. You all enjoy spending time together. I know that my family, Judy, my mum who's watching, also says she loves being with people, particularly her family, and food as well. Absolutely. We're a big foodie family. We appreciate a good meal.
Well, some really great ideas there. And just because you're not watching live doesn't mean you can't comment. So feel free to add your comments in if you're watching this later on in the week, as we know that lots of schools do. There's lots to enjoy about life. And I think one bonus thing is how, as humans, we are really good storytellers. That ties into the kind of relationships and other people thing that I was talking about a minute ago. And so I think it's probably time, talking about storytelling, that we enjoy a story now.
You are the light that gives light to the world. A city that is built on a hill cannot be hidden. And people don't hide a light under a bowl. They put the light on a lampstand. Then the light shines for all people in the house. In the same way, you should be a light for other people. Live so that they will see the good things you do. Live so that they will praise your Father in heaven. Don't think that I have come to destroy the law of Moses or the teaching of the prophets. I have not come to destroy their teachings, but to do what they said. I tell you the truth. Nothing will disappear from the law until heaven and earth are gone. The law will not lose even the smallest letter or the smallest part of a letter until all has happened. Whoever refuses to obey any command and teaches other people not to obey that command will be the least important in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever obeys the law and teaches other people to obey the law will be great in the kingdom of heaven. I tell you that you must do better than the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. If you are not better than they are, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to our people long ago, you must not murder anyone. Anyone who murders another will be judged. But I tell you, if you are angry with your brother, you will be judged. And if you say bad things to your brother, you will be judged by the Jewish council. Some interesting stuff there. Let's have a quick recap. So, in case you didn't realise, we have been looking at the 10 Commandments. These were the laws or the rules that God gave to his people thousands of years ago. And they were given to a man named Moses. They were written down on these 2 stone tablets, and they were given to people by God for their own good. Now, in these assemblies, you've probably noticed we haven't been looking at just the 10 Commandments, but also what Jesus had to say about them when he was here on earth, which was actually about 1,500 years after Moses.
Yeah, and that story that we just heard, which was read so beautifully and put together and edited with all those lovely pictures and words, Ellie, very nice, is when Jesus was actually talking and teaching on this law about do not kill and about anger, which we can find in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 to 22.
But I'm a bit confused, Matt, because we were learning about not only killing people, I agree with that, but Jesus at the end there said to not even be angry with them either.
That's right. Yeah, Jesus repeated and confirmed the law against killing people physically, but he also explained that it's more than just ending someone's life. He said, if you are angry at somebody, it's almost like you had killed them. That 6th commandment, don't murder, is about valuing, honoring, and respecting life. And we're told to do that, not just by not killing people, but also about how we act towards them as well. And we're told to replace that anger and hostility that we might feel towards people with love. Jesus even went on to say later that we are to love our enemies.
Okay, so I'm now starting to think that maybe when I said at the beginning that this was going to be an easy commandment to follow, perhaps it wasn't. Loving our enemies, trying not to get angry. That actually sounds a bit tricky. I am intrigued to see what our challenge is going to be for this week.
Here we go. So, of course, we have a challenge for you all to try this week, which links to this week's commandment. And no, it's not going to be don't kill anyone, because obviously we hope that is something that you would never do anyway. Instead, what we want you to do is this. The challenge is try not to get angry. Now, it's really easy to get angry, really easy to get frustrated. I am the worst at this. My wife and my children, if you speak to them, will tell you. Even someone whispering when I'm kind of waking up from sleep just drives me mad. So the children come in the morning and they like to talk to us and so on, and it's fine for them to jump on us and talk and stuff like that. But if I can hear someone whispering, like on the cusp of my hearing, and I can hear this noise but I can't make out what it is, it gets me so infuriated. If I'm sat with someone and they're eating and they're like just trying to talk through all that stuff in their mouth and they're like this, it just drives me crazy. I get so angry about it. Anyway, I could go on. There are lots of things that make me angry, but what we want to try and encourage people this week is not to get angry, to just take a breath, to step back, to recognize when you're feeling a little bit frustrated and think, actually, I just need to stop, maybe count to 10 slowly in my head, whatever it is. Try not to get angry this week. Maybe take a deep breath. Try and calm down, remove yourself from the situation, but don't let yourself get to that point where you're fuming and you're angry and you're shouting at someone.
That is a very good challenge, and I think something we can all try, because we all probably get angry at times. But Matt, what if there is someone out there who wants to go above and beyond this week? Do we have an extreme challenge?
Oh yes, Ellie, we always have our extreme challenge.
Extreme challenge.
This week's extreme challenge is to love your enemy. Hopefully you don't have a lot of enemies. Hopefully you don't have any enemies, but I bet we can all think of someone who maybe we don't get on quite so well with. Maybe there's someone who annoys you at times, even makes you feel frustrated or angry. Well, we challenge you this week to show them some love, just like Jesus asked us to. So the first challenge is not to get angry. But the second challenge is to show them love. That's the extreme challenge for this week.
I like this challenge a lot. I think there's probably lots of ways that we can show love to our enemies. We can be kind to them, even if they are not kind to us. And we can certainly try and be patient with them and work on our anger at the same time. So there's lots of ways that we can show love to others. And actually, as Christians, if we're struggling with this, if you struggle with any of the challenges we set you, then we believe that you can always ask God to help you. And we believe in a God who will help us. And so actually, that is what we are going to do right now as we spend some time reflecting. So as always, we like to end our time together with a quiet reflection. And to do this today, I'm going to lead us in a prayer. And if you would like to make it your prayer as well, then you can say Amen if you agree. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you for giving us your laws so we know how to love you and love others. Sorry, God, for the times when we aren't very good at following your commandments and rules. And please, God, help us all this week as we take on the challenges of not getting angry and loving our enemies, even if it might seem tricky at first. We know that we can do all things with you giving us strength. If you would like to agree, you can say Amen. So we have reached the part where it is time for some shout outs. Am I correct, Matt?
You are absolutely correct. It is our special shout out section with our fantastic horns. I've gone back to my original horn this week, Ellie.
I like it. It's good to have it back. I felt like I missed that horn slightly.
Tell us who you would like to give our first shout outs to today, Ellie.
Okay, I've got 2 shout outs today. The first 2 shout outs I'd like to give are to those schools taking part in our brand new online learning pack this week. We've changed them slightly. They're looking good. And so a big shout out, first of all, to Year 5 at Harefield Primary. They are doing our learning pack all about parables. And a big shout out to another Year 5 class. This is Year 5 at Marchwood Juniors, who are doing a topic day all about resurrection. Hello, Year 5 Marchwood.
Yeah, and we will be chatting to Year 5 at Marchwood later on in the week, so we look forward to seeing you there, Marchwood Juniors. Now, I have a very special shout-out request this week, Ellie, that has come through someone who commented on our YouTube channel on one of our online assemblies from last half term. And this is what the comment said. It said, please can you give a shout out for the Ducklings class at Bridgewater Primary School, because Phoebe Brown would like to say hello and surprise her class. And apparently they watch all of our online assemblies. But there's a but. Surprise back at you, Phoebe, because your mum has commented too, asking for a special shout out just for you because it is your birthday very soon, even this week, I think. So this is our very first ever happy birthday shout out to Phoebe Brown and, of course, all of the Ducklings at Bridgewater Primary.
Happy birthday to Phoebe and hello, Duckling class. Well, I actually have one more shout out for you, Matt, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
My final shout out for today is actually for you.
Oh.
This is because you did such a great job in our half-term challenge that we set last week, the cup stacking challenge. So here's my shout out for Matt. And well, in case you didn't see what happened last week, I think we've got a little replay where we can see how Matt got on with our cup stacking challenge. Do you think we could have a look at that now, Matt?
Yes, let's see if I can add that in. Here we go. That's 9.
Oh, I'm on 8.
I'm on 10. I'm standing. I'm on 10. 45 seconds I had. And it's yes!
Final
Yes! Did it. 45 seconds. Oh, is it? Wow. Well, that's conclusive. Actually, if you look at the footage there, clearly you can see that it's actually 44 seconds in the footage there. Yeah. So I think you need to firstly update the leaderboard.
I do have the leaderboard here.
And correct it to 44 seconds because the time was actually 44 when we've watched the footage back. But that doesn't mean I'm the quickest. This challenge is going on all of this half term. So if you think that you can beat my time, then give it a go and send us the video. Thanks, Ellie. Send us the video footage to prove it. Basically, all you need to do is stack up 10 plastic cups, one on top of the other. They have to stand for about 3 seconds. And yeah, see if you can beat my time of 44 seconds. Ellie, are you going to have another go?
I'm definitely going to have another go there. So you can do more than one entry. I'm definitely going to try and beat Matt's score, but I want to see if you can do it too. But for now, I'm afraid we are coming to the end of our assembly, but don't worry, we will be back next week. That is going to be Monday, the 1st of March, reaching March already, wow. With another Thoughts at 3 assembly. We are going to be looking at the next commandment, which is don't break your promises. So I hope you can join us then.
Fantastic. Well, I will definitely join you then. And hopefully we will see you guys sometime soon, maybe even in school, depending on what Bojo says tonight. But until we see you, take care, God bless, and bye-bye.